White meat, dark meat, all will be carved. Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike, and this is a spoiler-free review of Thanksgiving. We are going to do a full-on spoiler review, which I cannot wait to do that video to talk about, because this is a movie where it's going to be really fun to talk about the spoilers and all the nasty, gnarly, dirty-ass deaths that are in this movie. But the movie's from Eli Roth. He directed Knock Knock. He directed Green Inferno, Hostel. If you've seen those movies, you kind of know what Eli Roth is about. And it's always exciting to have a director like him have a new movie coming out, especially when it's a wide release. And especially that we're getting a holiday slasher film in the dark year of our Lord 2023. It's a great time to be alive. And when you look at like holiday horror, there's a ton of it, yeah, but there's not that much that really sticks and breaks through. And I think we're all hoping this can be its own franchise and its own thing. Before I get started, let me just say this. If you're just an average person and you go to see this movie and you just go to the theaters, like I'm going to watch this random horror movie and aren't a huge fan of specifically the genre of 90s slasher movies like Urban Legend, I Know What You Did Last Summer, all of that stuff, then you may watch this and just say, oh, that was kind of a fun, stupid movie. For people like me who absolutely adore 90s horror and see this thing as, which I believe was exactly Eli Roth's intent, and see this as a purposeful, recent period piece that travels back to the mid-90s and gives us a movie like Urban Legend or one of those movies modernized for the current day and peppered with a little bit of Eli Roth over-the-top gore and the comedy of a movie like Cabin Fever, then you're gonna get something fucking special. I fucking love this movie. It felt special to me. It felt like something we just didn't deserve. Like, who the hell thought someone was gonna go back and be like, hey, here's a pure 90s slasher for you. Really, it is a masterpiece in what it's trying to do. There's not only great gore and stuff in this, which there is, and I will say that one of the things that got on my nerves was like, okay, always, every single trailer, I feel like Bobby Knight in that interview when I'm sitting there and trying to watch a movie, and I'm like, don't get mad that this was in the trailer, just power through, and then I end up,
yeah, I'm really disappointed in the
Of course you
kind
are.
of fucking progress that we've made. God damn it! Fuck this show.
I will say I wish there was less in the trailer as far as the kills and stuff like that goes, but that's on me. Not a lot of people are freeze framing and breaking every frame in the trailer down like a gigantic fucking nerd like I was, so that part's on me. But I will also say there's a lot of fun stuff that is in the movie that's not in the trailer, for sure. There's definitely enough there, and I definitely recommend going to see this in theaters during the holiday of Thanksgiving. The holiday atmosphere is there. It feels like Thanksgiving, this small little town. I love everyone's Boston accent. That just adds something to it for some reason. When someone's running around with an axe or like being chased by someone with an axe and just screaming in a Boston accent, it just adds this whole other layer to it.
Yeah, oh God, that was so good. Now I'm gonna stuff my fucking face with Pepperidge Farm.
That's awesome. And the kills are fantastic. They're over the top. They're gnarly. It's not that Thanksgiving fake trailer that we got, which is the origin of this movie for people who don't know. It was Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez Grindhouse that had a bunch of fake trailers in between. One of them was Thanksgiving, and it had these gnarly kills that Eli Roth had made, and it was a gross 70s Grindhouse type of slasher film. And it's so popular over the years that they decided to make a full movie of it. A big ballsy choice to go and say, hey, we're not actually going to make a 70s Grindhouse style film with it. We're going to make a pure 90s slasher with it. And I felt like they let us know that, and let us know they were doing that on purpose when they released this poster more specifically than anything else. This is the Scream poster. I Know What You Did Last Summer, H2O, all of that stuff. They're letting you know when they released this poster, this is what we're going for. And they absolutely nailed that. I love the reveal. I love the acting during the reveal. The side characters are absolutely where this movie shines. The main characters are fine, but again, this is teenagers that are getting picked off one by one. They're kind of showing like a modern douchebag teenagers with social media and all that stuff that are getting picked off, and it's just kind of your average slasher, but the side characters are where the movie really shines as far as the acting goes, and a couple other characters that I will get into during the spoiler review, because obviously I can't mention them here, but it's exciting what they do. And there's a whole lot of stuff I want to talk about as far as like the future and what could happen and this and that we can't get into until the spoiler review, which I will have up for you guys on Monday for sure. The movie has the comedy, again, of a cabin fever. It doesn't go over the top. You know, no one's jumping off a porch screaming pancakes and biting people, but there is some cheesy over the top humor in it. The movie never fully jumps the shark, though. It never goes too stupid to where you really can't get into it and have a good time with it anymore. The killer in the mask is a perfect slasher villain to me. I love the way the mask looks. I love the backstory for it. I love what they do with Right Mart and kind of shitting on the whole Black Friday starts during Thanksgiving Thanksgiving dinner idea. That was a cool little sprinkle on top of the film that I loved as well, because fuck that, it's always been really stupid, hasn't it? Like, people can't even enjoy their goddamn Thanksgiving dinner because you got to go out and get a fucking toaster oven half off. It's ridiculous, and they point fun at that, which is really fun. This is definitely going to be a just like Scream movie down the line because it has so many of those fun Scream-isms to it. And I had an absolute blast with it, all the way down to the song that plays during the end credits. This was a movie made fucking for me, it feels like, and I really hope that it's successful. I will say this though, for people who aren't huge fans of 90s slashers and don't really appreciate what they were doing there, which is fine, there's still a fun movie in here. It's a fun popcorn slasher that you'll have a few laughs at. The movie's gnarly, it's gross, it's every other word's a fuck word. I watched two people who were in our seats when we got to the theater leave 5 minutes in because they quickly realized, oh, this was not the theater, this was not the movie that we paid to go see. It is a horror film in every sense of the word, and I fucking love that about it. And that's another thing that it does a little bit better than some of those 90s slashers that came before. It's not afraid to be a horror film. And back to what I was talking about before, I got sidetracked. I have ADD, fuck you. It was a ballsy choice to not make this as grody and grimy as that 70s trailer was. There is absolutely enough callbacks to that trailer that will leave you satisfied for sure. But you get the sense that we could not go to some places that we went with that trailer without totally wrecking the tone of this movie. And it was a ballsy choice to do that. And I feel like they gave us just enough, but it was also a really ballsy choice to say, hey, we're going to go 90s with this thing so that it's not so obvious what we're doing here and to make it work. And I just think it works like a fucking charm. I adore this movie. It's an 8.5 out of 10 for me. And I think the best part about the film is, does it feel like an Eli Roth film? Yes. But you can tell while watching it, he put his ego on the side and really focused on making this a fun 90s slasher film first, and then peppered it with the Eli Roth cabin fever type of comedy, and then peppered it with the Eli Roth patented gore, and it all comes together in just a beautiful project in my opinion. So that's my review of Thanksgiving. You gotta go see it if you're a huge horror fan, especially if you're a slasher fan. See it in theaters so that we can get more of these, because how cool would it be to have one of these in the theater every year during November? That would fucking rule. I love your all's faces. You fucking rule. Make sure you're subscribed and have the bell clicked so that you're notified when we get the spoiler video up, because that's going to be the fun one. There's so much cool shit to talk about, and there will be no leftovers, you piece of shit.
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, God damn.
God damn you, faggot!
Halloween never ends, suck my fucking dick, and I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not, yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS.